Oh my god, Click, this is such a nice ceremony.
I need to go to the bathroom. Oh my god. Oh, the serenity of the forest. Oh yes, indeed. Ah, the serenity of the forest. Psst, disclaimer. Finally, some good old Swedish social distancing. Good evening, laddies, lasses and lasses, and welcome to The Click. I am currently on gaycation, away from civilized society, just recharging my social batteries. And what better thing to do than sitting in the woods all by yourself than reading introvert memes? Welcome to Introvert Memes, where we read introvert memes in the middle of nowhere. Enjoy. Did Click just become a hermit for the gag in this video? Yes. Yes, I did. Please like the video. I put a lot of effort into going out here. How introverts approach someone who is 100% their type. Ooh, is this just being hard to catch or being introverted? Maybe like a little bit of both. Or you can do what I do when someone comes up to me and is interested when they're like, hey there, you look really nice in that shirt. And then you say, yeah, that's great. So my girl almost died 3 freaking times in my apocalypse dream, cause she doesn't freaking listen. Now I am irritated. The male version of you cheated in my dream. Oh, that's beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm gonna be honest, I have experienced both, right? I have had dreams when I get annoyed at someone because they did something stupid in my dream. And I've also had my partner be annoyed at me because I did something stupid in their dream. You know, relationships are working great when it's all about equality. Isn't that beautiful? Could y'all stay in the house for a whole week without stepping a foot outside for 100K? I have done this, but I did not know there was funding available. This would be like the most boring YouTuber challenge ever. What up, guys? We're gonna stay inside this house for 1 week for 100K. And they're just sitting and gaming, vibing. It's not even difficult. It's a favor because you don't have to go outside. Like, go to bed at a reasonable hour every day challenge. That's honestly harder. Man, I was gonna joke about it, but it's honestly harder. So y'all telling me y'all don't talk to at least 15 people a day? Close friends, family, XYZ? If 15 people talk to me in one day, I will cut my phone off. One thing I have learned as I have gotten older is that different relationships and different hanging out contexts are also more or less draining depending on the people and depending on what it is you're doing. And also maybe depending on the level of alcohol consumed. I, for example, have one friend where we're just vibing very comfortably. It's not super intense. It's fine if you like watch a movie together and like the conversation is a bit limited, or it goes up and down like this when people are tired, right? And then I have some people I hang out with that are really intense, and they make me realize that I am not the most extroverted person in the world. I just used to hang out with way more introverted people than myself. So that's a bit of a lesson. Hangouts vary, like a lot. Me not being able to relax all day because I have a minor commitment later tonight. I swear to God, this is me. Oh my God, it's even worse if it's like a doctor's appointment and I know I'm gonna have to take like a blood test, because then I'm just sitting and being like phobic and nervous the entire day. I'm just staring into a wall being like, man, that shot is coming up later tonight, huh? And then I don't do anything all day. It's like, oh yeah, body, better sit and be anxious for 9 hours. That's incredibly productive. I swear God made me like this, because if he didn't, I would be absolutely unstoppable. I don't understand why it isn't socially acceptable to choose to be nocturnal. The angry hot skyball is gone. My internet is fast. Everyone finally shut up. What's not to like? Honestly, I kind of agree, like stay safe, walking outside at night and all that kind of stuff, but sometimes it's the most serene feeling ever. I remember one time I got up super early for like a work thing, and I was driving through the city at like 4 a.m. and it's so beautiful. It's completely dead. There's like no red lights, there's no one crossing the street, everything is silent and beautiful. I hate getting up at 4 a.m., but like that feeling, mwah, beautiful. People who treat their birthday as a normal day think they're more mature than everyone. We're just miserable. Leave us alone. Honestly, I think it's also an age thing. I care way less about birthdays now than I did a bunch of years ago. Maybe it's because I'm trying to ignore the fact that I'm aging. Most of us tend to age as time passes. Funny how that correlates. But to be honest, even though I don't care so much about my birthday anymore, it's still a great excuse to meet your friends. Because what are they gonna do? Say no to hang out with you on your own birthday? Wait, am I the insufferable extrovert? Ah, My first instinct when I see an animal is to say hello. My first instinct when I see a person is to avoid eye contact and hope it goes away. Bruh, I relate to this so much. Once I was recording out here and there was an entire daycare of puppies just running through my video. I loved it. That's one of my favorite memories ever. It's so beautiful. I'm just coming out here to record videos and I'm like, my god, I'm technically working, but it's just an excuse to maybe bump into a bunch of puppies. Is that weird? I don't think so. It's so bad even the introverts are here. I love this picture because it's really old, but it's like more and more relevant. I love the timeline we live in. Isn't it great? Maybe I should just move out here permanently. I heard pine cones are pretty tasty. Being friends with introverts is hard sometimes. Did they die? Are they just recharging? Are they Batman now? The suspense is killing me. Man, I remember when I had a few very busy weeks with like YouTube stuff, and when I came back to my friends, they had been making bets about what happened to me. They were like, oh my god, did you become a secret agent? Did you fly to the moon? And it's like, nah, I was just working 12 hours a day to get enough meme videos out because I would be like traveling or something the week after. So, yeah, no, can totally relate. Rude coworker starter pack. Spends every break in their car. Doesn't talk unless spoken to. Has a we're coworkers, not friends mentality. I mean, that's perfectly valid though. I mean, being friendly towards your coworkers isn't the same as being their friend. You know, sometimes coworkers can become friends, which is beautiful. You happen to like enjoy the same things even though you just work at the same place. But like, don't force it, I suppose. Just because you both work in the same place doesn't mean you have everything in common, I guess. Gives vague answers when asked about weekend plans. But to be fair though, when I was working in an office and you had the question like, what did you do during the weekend for the 15th time, and it's only 11 a.m. was like, oh my god, am I really gonna tell all my colleagues for the 11th time that no, all I did during my weekend was sit and marinate in my own filth in my underpants while playing Elden Ring for 2 days? Is that really what they want to hear? Huh? Shows up only to do their work and then leave. But at this company we are family, which is why you need to change your boss's diapers. Probably some form of neurodivergent. I feel like this starter pack just like relates to this community so beautifully. Let me know in the comments if you relate to this beautiful list. We are all the rude coworker. People who say, huh, then answer without you repeating the question are psychopaths. You gotta let it load first. It's just a bit of buffer time. Or your brain is doing something else and it just has a little bit of delay catching up with the sentence. Ah, I love psychomalology. How introverts make friends. 10%, they don't. 90%, an extrovert found them, liked them, and adopted them. It can kind of go in a circle. I realized that I have adopted a few introvert friends, and I have also been adopted by either friends who are more extroverted and sociable than I am. It's kind of beautiful. It's like a tier list. I wonder like how many friends the ultimate extrovert has actually adopted, especially if you count all the people like the mid-extroverts have also adopted. It's like a beautiful... Wait, is extroversion just a pyramid scheme for friendships? When you're 10 dangs, 20 ups, 6 wows, and 8 man, that's crazies, and they still won't stop talking. I mean, sometimes I appreciate it though. Sometimes I have friends who are like really good at talking about their interests and passions, and they do it in a very pedagogical way. So sometimes I appreciate it even if I don't contribute much to the conversation myself. I'm just sitting there like, wow, but the wows are actually genuine. So 50-50 on this one. If you knew me in high school, you no longer do. Come meet me all over again. Same, but don't come meet me. It's like when you see someone on the bus you went to the same class with for 2 weeks 15 years ago, and you barely know their name, but you both know that the other one is recognizing the other one, right? So you're both sitting there hoping that the other one doesn't make the move, so you have to make awkward small talk for the next 20 minutes as the bus is traveling. Because the risk is that you don't have anything to talk about, and then you'll sit in silence for most of the ride, and it's painful for everyone. I miss those weeks of 2020 when it was illegal for people to come near me. I miss the Swedish COVID memes where it was like, oh my god, in Sweden we have to stay 2 meters apart at the bus stop. I can't wait for COVID to be over so we can be 5 meters apart. I love it. COVID rules make Swedes more sociable. How do people stay in the house all day? All my stuff is there, and I don't like people. Or you can just join Discord. Link in description, join my Discord. Who needs a city to live in when you can just live in the forest and eat pine cones and be in a Discord with 40,000 people instead? That's how you do it, baby. How it feels to sleep without an alarm and without plans. This is me sleeping when I take a nap. Why is it so much easier to sleep when you're taking a nap and not when you're actually going to bed? Maybe it's just like performance pressure. Maybe that's it. Maybe when you take a nap, it's like, oh, if I end up not needing the nap, no one cares. It's probably even better. But when you're actually going to bed, you're like having to wake up at a certain hour for work or whatever, so there's pressure to it. It's like naps, just like the lack of performance pressure. Is that why it's so nice? You're not scared of being alone in the dark. You're scared of not being alone in the dark. Oh yeah, because the thing in the dark... Wait a second, is this scary because you wouldn't be alone because it's an introvert meme? Oh, that's great. That's great, I just got it.
I am so lonely. Why must I live this life alone in solitude? Don't touch me. Will this loneliness ever end?
This is just Simba in a nutshell. You know what he does? He goes up to you like he wants pets. Oh, the wind is blowing, but I think it's okay. I will talk louder about my cat. So he will come up to you like he wants to be petted, but then he stays just far enough away so you cannot reach him. So you have to come to him. So this kind of like weird power play of neediness. And it works! When you see people online who like the same stuff as you, but you don't know how to initiate a friendship. Aww. Yeah, but you just watch it from a distance, like a parasocial relationship. This is just Twitch lurking. Puts myself out there. Puts myself back, because what the f*** was I thinking? And then you become a professional meme reader and move into the forest. This is actually quite nice. It's refreshing. What role do you play at family gatherings? The cousin that doesn't show up anymore? Or every time you're sick? Nah, sorry, I have the tummy flu. Haven't you had the tummy flu 30 times this year? Yeah, you know, it's messy. It happens, man. Beast, you must live with me in this castle for the rest of your days. The food is free? Yes, but I don't have to pay rent? I think you're missing the point of... And there is a library. Sign me the f*** up, roomie. Please leave. This reminds me so much of how you deal effectively with like conspiracy theorists, right? You just come up with a wilder conspiracy. It's like, oh my god, you believe in the moon landing? It's like, you believe in the moon. It's exactly that, but like with kidnappers. When I'm about to leave the apartment but hear my neighbor in the hallway, so I quietly wait to avoid any human interaction. Or like when you have ordered something and you're like sitting and watching out the window as the delivery person is leaving it by your door, and then as soon as they leave you go out and grab it, but you know that they're already there. Yeah, that's totally not me.
Me reading the messages via the notifications bar and pretending to not be online.
I mean, that can actually be valid though, right? Because you're not always in the mood for the conversation, or maybe you're busy or heading somewhere and you don't want to initiate like a long chain of text, right? Because you're doing something else, but you don't want to give the read receipt because then they might think you're ignoring them. Which you kind of are, but you don't want them to know that. Others, introverts, before Corona, during Corona, and after Corona. Or like if you're a YouTuber. I went full time like right around when Corona hit. Maybe it was my conspiracy, you know? That was absolutely beautiful. My life didn't change that much. I was still sitting indoors all day editing videos. It was wild. Call them. I'll send them an email. It's better to call them. I also texted them. Just call them. I'll send them another email. My phone conversations are uncomfortable. This is also such a generational gap, right? There is some like cutoff in ages, I don't know exactly where it is, where people actually use phones to call. And then below that age, no one uses phones to call. It's fascinating. What are the advantages of living alone? You can decide to starve and not feel guilty for starving another person. Yeah. Also like sleep schedules. You don't have to worry about messing up someone else's sleep schedule. Me goes out for one night. Me for the next 3 weeks while I recharge my social battery. I think everyone has this sort of rhythm. For me, it's usually like, I can socialize a decent amount, but then like 1 or 2 days a week, I want me time. I really want me time. Like, I think that's pretty normal, right? It's all a spectrum. It's all a spectrum of how sociable we are. No, we're not sociable at all. Welcome to YouTube. I mean, we're here for a reason. It's raining! Put on a kettle, put on a shirt, and sit there and, oh my god, that's so cute. That's so cute. Comic by Hannah Hillam. That is so beautiful. I love that comic. That is the coziest vibe ever. Have you ever had a conversation with someone and thought, this person isn't normal? Constantly, when I'm alone. While I was reading this, I realized how incredibly insane I must look from like a third-party perspective. Imagine like some pleasant old lady just walking through the forest and they see some like unhinged Swedish dude just sitting on a rock reading loudly to himself. How ridiculous must this look? My God. What you do during small talk. Nod and smile, plot your escape. Sorry, I got explosive diarrhea. I gotta go and spray paint the bathroom. Bye. Do you all introverts ever open a text and think, I'll reply when I have the energy, and then it's 3 weeks and you have to live with the guilt of being a horrible friend? Honestly, I have done this a couple of times. It's mainly with emails, and I usually blame the spam system. I'm like, oh my God, sorry, I didn't see it until now. It ended up in my spam folder for whatever reason. I'll let you in on a secret. It didn't end up in the spam folder. I am an extroverted introvert. That means I'll either talk your ear off, like I've done 4 lines of coke, taken 30 milligrams of Adderall, and drank 7 cups of coffee, or I'll be Buddhist monk vow of silence mute. There is no in-between. I'm kind of like that too. My social battery is very, like, binary. It's either on or off. When you're just a naturally distant person who requires a lot of alone time in order to function properly, but your loved ones keep taking it personally.
I love you so much.
For those that work remote, what are the pros and cons? Pros: sleeping in, showering on my own time, no traffic, peace and quiet, running errands in spare time, taking my life back, not being overly tired to my work. Cons: people making up articles about wanting to return to office.
But at this office, we're a family and we're all missing the family.
I have come to warn you about the self-destructive tendency to self-isolate when things get difficult. Talk to people when things get difficult. Everyone deserves to have people around them who will just listen. It's not always about solving the problem then and there, but sometimes it's just a lift off your shoulders. When you talk about something, the weight gets a little bit easier to carry and you don't feel as lonely. And that can sometimes help, because humans are silly that way. Sometimes just venting about something and seeing that you're not alone in what you're struggling with can help a lot. And it also means that you spend less time trying to mask that you have problems. It's okay to go through tough times. We all do. When everybody is going through drama, but you're antisocial, so nothing happens to you. I'm gonna be honest, this is why I love reading like r/am I the asshole on streams, because it's like that sweet dose of drama. It's like a trashy reality show, but you have no investment in it personally, so it's not like stressful or whatever. It's so beautiful. That's the best way to deal with drama.
Please do not lean on me. I'm unstable. Thank you.
We should have a national quiet day where everyone just shuts up for 24 hours. Introverts unite separately in your own homes. That's like the easiest form of activism. You just don't do something, you know? That's beautiful. I can relate to this. I would rather be put in the luggage hold than have to sit like this on a plane. Yeah, this is absolutely awful. This is definitely up there with those like seats they had designed for planes, where you have like, they go up like this. So you have like higher seats and lower seats, and the lower seat's face is just in the butt crack of the higher seat. So it's like you have fart class and you have high class. That's basically it. Isn't it beautiful? Society is great.
Stop making so many multiplayer games. I don't like people.
I swear to God, I have like legitimately played a couple of multiplayer games, basically solo. V Rising, I did recently. Very good vampire game. Can be played solo. It's very fun. I can only be contacted via telephone. I can only be contacted via text message. Explain why you cannot be contacted by telephone.
I don't like it.
What is one thing that has become more clear as you got older?
Why the Grinch wanted to live alone with his dog?
Honestly, that's a vibe. I could live out here with a dog. I'm just gonna have to adopt a dog. Do I have any around? Maybe they'll come to me.
When I have to keep removing my headphones because someone keeps talking to me.
Or when you like put them back in and they like start talking again, so you sit like this, like, I finally feel represented. Me lying awake thinking of some shite I said 4 years ago. Action figure. I hate that. I hate that so much. You know, no one else remembers their annoying moments either. That's because everyone is busy thinking about your annoying moment. Introverts in the wild. So what do? Small talk. I'm in hell. I swear to God, I always feel really like mean when I don't engage with it either, because they probably enjoy it, you know? A 109-year-old woman says secret to long life is avoiding other people. I mean, yeah, I think just reducing stress and drama in general is probably a good idea for living longer. gonna be honest. Me at work, wondering why I chose such a people-y work for someone who, in fact, can't stand people. That's why being a YouTuber is great. I can like stream and stuff when I choose to. It's very nice, like, oh my god, today I have social energy, let's vibe with chat. And then other days like, oh my god, I don't have social energy. I'm gonna sit alone and stare into a wall. My solitude does not depend on the pleasure or absence of people. On the contrary, I hate who steals my solitude without, in exchange, offering me true company. That's like a pretty nice quote. I'm gonna be honest, that's pretty nice. Hell yeah. Normalize sending memes to stay in touch, because I got nothing to talk about. Sorry. Ooh, does anyone else miss that Facebook feature they had like 10 years ago when you poked people? It did nothing. You could just poke people back. That was it. I remember people I had like poke battles with for like years. In retrospect, I do believe there was some flirtatious aspects to it, which is like, you know, doing this to someone but without actually having to talk to them. Was poking just like introvert flirting? I think maybe it was. Introverts preparing to make a call. Introverts during the call. Introverts recovering from a call. There needs to be more anxiety before the call. Otherwise, accurate meme. Introvert's dream house. Library with reading nook. Glass ceiling tower for stargazing. Trapdoor. Media room. Art studio. Secret passageway for avoiding company. Ah, that's beautiful when the trapdoor isn't enough. When two introverts meet and ironically act like extroverts with each other. But that's what I mean. When you find people with chemistry, it's gonna be nice to hang out no matter what, because you actually have the same wavelength. And maybe it's not so intense, you actually do get socially exhausted. Not every hangout is as intense as other ones, and it's okay to slip away sometimes. Thresher sharks look like how I feel during an interaction. Maybe you're talking to me now, please. Sorry for leaving you on red. Didn't mean to open that. That's what I mean, don't open it. Or you can turn off read receipts. Some places you can actually turn off read receipts on. Would recommend. Me, returning to the comfort of my own space after being around people for too long. Ah, that's so good. That's me in the forest. That's me in the forest. The sun kind of like got clouded out a little bit, which is a shame. It's getting a little bit chilly, but otherwise I really enjoy this. Sometimes you just gotta stay in the house. Outside costs like $300 a day. Yeah, sometimes I realize how expensive it is. Like, I'm pretty much a home and nature body for the most parts. I like barbecues with my friends, being in forest, that kind of stuff. But as soon as I'm like out visiting someone in another city, or like going out or traveling or something, I realize like, oh my god, life is so expensive, man. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Introverts. In a hole in the forest. This is me! This is literally, I need to build a treehouse out here. I need to unironically build a treehouse. Me, Googling a phone number instead of answering it. I mean, to be fair, 80% of phone numbers you don't have in your phone book are like scams or people trying to sell you garbage. That's it. So yeah, this is perfectly valid, honestly. It's like 1 out of 10 times that it's like, you know, your bank calling about something, or you know, you forgot something somewhere. Otherwise, it's always just scams and crap. I have enough stamina to hold a conversation for about 3 minutes, and beyond that I start taking physical damage. Ooh, yeah, we were playing like, what's the game? That's like 3D Among Us. I was playing that with a few friends, and when you run too far, you like run out of oxygen, and then you start taking damage if you keep running after that point. It's kind of like that, but with talking. Maybe we can make a survival game like that. You know, you have to communicate to solve the puzzle, but if you communicate too much, you start taking damage and then you die. Just like Introvert Among Us. Parents aren't home. Expectation has huge party. Reality brings laptop to the living room instead of hiding in my room. Ah, the house is now my entire serene existence. r/shower thoughts. Introverts are like slow websites. They might be the coolest site, but usually people don't wait that long for them to open. Extroverts are like pop-ups. Hey! Oh no, is this me? No! Sorry for acting weird. I am weird, and it will happen again. Or you just turned that whole weirdness into a career. I was always the weird kid in school, right? Like, the weird kid. Not even like the annoying class clown weird, just like weird, okay? And then I turned that whole personality into a job. Follow my podcast for more turning weird people into grind-set careers tips. Please see cashier. I'm gonna get in my car and find another gas station is what I'm gonna do. Me, I can't make plans, I have plans. My plans. 101 ways to get rich without having to be around people. Memes. Reading memes. Or go to r/Wall Street Bets and day trade and then lose your savings in 3 days. That's also an alternative, but I guess that doesn't make you rich. Is it hard for you to just ask for some help? Me. Oh my god, that's a really good way to move couches. Holy, this picture is great. My circle is so small, we can all fit on this bus. This is such a cute bus though, not gonna lie. It's like when your school has 3 students. What a good school. I don't know who owns that house, but I understand their decision in life. This picture is such a classic. I have no idea where it is, but that house is so beautiful. There's just no one around, it's just you and grass. When I'm quiet, am I being boring? When I'm talking, am I being annoying? Man, that's a real struggle, isn't it? My god. Now everyone's coming back to the office and we have upgraded our lanyards so we all know where we're comfortable. Look at this one. Okay with hugs and high fives. Okay with talking but no touching. Hi, I'm keeping my distance. This is so nice. This is so nice. I remember I've seen similar things with like cups at parties where it's like, I'm single, I'm taken, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. It's like this, but with your office sociability. This should be more normalized. This is amazing.
The party is our most difficult escape room. You have 1 hour to get out of a room full of extroverts. I think Billy has an imaginary friend. Is that normal?
Sure, I used to have loads of imaginary friends. It's nothing to worry about. Just imaginary friendception. When your imaginary friend gets another imaginary friend, then you're no longer the most popular friend. I'm at a place in my life where errands are starting to count as going out. Bruh, this is just being 30 plus, I swear to God. Sometimes I'm like that. Like, I went out twice today. One, I went to buy milk, and the other one, I went to the car wash. I did so much adventure today. My new business cards just arrived. Alex, please do not contact me. I need to get this. Oh, I need to get this. How it feels being comfortable in bed with no alarms or plans and it starts raining heavily.
Ah, the serene.
Returning to my hole after socializing for 1 hour of this outside world bullshit.
In Finland we have one person. Wait, is that a Finnish accent? It's like, på finlandssvenska. Man pratar så här. In Finland we have one person, but it almost turns Italian after a few sentences. Because we don't like getting too close to other people. How much is the flight to the Finland? Oh my god, we have a adventures, Italian, Finnish. Imagine having the luxury of boarding a flight with only 2 passengers on it. Out of all the seats on the flight, look where he decided to sit. Oh, the only thing to do now is to order beans and fart a lot. Or just push your chair back. That will make him move. Do that. I came, I saw, there were people, so I left.
Oh, come here, little demon. It's getting cold out here. Have some warm coffee.
Tasty, tasty coffee. Well, laddies, lasses and lassos, I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed having you here in the forest with me. Gaycation is over. I have to get back to society. I have errands to run today. But it was nice while it lasted. Take care, you wonderful, beautiful beings. Mwah.